Hi, welcome to Elementary Music with Donna. I am Donna Rhodenizer. I have a singing game for you today called Button Button. This singing game is for students in grades 2 and 3, ages 7 to 9. And the focus of the singing game is dynamic contrasts and using the tone set Do, Mi, So. Singing games are best played without any accompaniment. This gives your students a chance to hear themselves and each other and vocal modeling from you, the teacher, and helps them to be able to work on their ability to match pitch and sing, which is an underlying focus of just about every singing game I do, in addition to specific concepts, is that whole singing piece. I'll sing Button Button for you and put the music up here so you can see how the song goes, and then we'll talk about some of the game tips. Button, button, where are you? Safely hidden out of view. Button, button, in this room. Someone will come find you soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The lyrics of Button Button are simple, and specifically the final phrase where you're counting the numbers. When the students are working so hard to associate the distance of the person from the location of the button and changing dynamics, that's a lot of things to process all at the same time. And so that counting of the numbers gives the lyrics an easy sort of framework, and so all of those other things can have a little bit more concentration afforded to them. I have a little box that I keep in my desk, and when I say, okay, we're going to play this game, I pull out my box, and we have all sorts of things, a little ball, there's a ring for another game that I do, and I have 3 buttons, which I'll get out of here. There we go. They are different sizes and different colors, making the challenge of finding the button different depending on what the students choose. I let them choose which button they want to do. We do have one rule in the music room, and that is that you may not hide the button anywhere where you have to pick something up to find it. Because in the music room, I don't know about you, but in my music room, like, there's books and there's instruments and there's stuff everywhere. And so if you had to pick things up to find the button, that would take absolutely forever and would be impossible. And so they have one student is going to hide the button, and one student will hide their eyes while that button's being hidden. And as the song is sung, the seeker of the button will walk around the room. As they get closer to the button, we will sing the song louder. As they get farther away from the button, we sing softer. And the only piece of advice I give them at the beginning of the song is, if you are not sure and you can't seem to see that button, don't stand still. Because as long as you stand still, we aren't going to give you any clues with the dynamics, because we're going to just keep singing the same volume. You may want to talk to your students about the fact that as the student gets closer to the button, you still also want to maintain a singing voice. You never want to use an outside voice in the music room, but you will be singing dynamics that increase in volume and decrease in volume as the student moves around the space and looks for the button. This can be done the same way for elementary music classrooms with 25 students, and with small group classes with only 5 or 6, or even an individual student with the teacher taking the turn singing the dynamics and having the student listen for those dynamic changes and then reversing, so that the student is singing the dynamic changes for the teacher. So those are 2 different skills: hearing the dynamic changes and creating the dynamic changes. This song is included in a collection of singing games, new singing games for young singers, which is volume 2 for grades 2 to 3, ages 7 to 9. There is also a volume 1 for kindergarten grade 1 students, ages 5 to 7, and a volume 3 for students in grades 4 and 5, ages 9 to 11. All 3 of these books are found at donnaandandy.com. Wherever you are doing singing games with your students in an elementary music classroom, in a vocal studio, or in a homeschool setting, I hope you have a great day making music, and make music a great part of your day.